And we want to build power. Look, I would love it if I win, and if Jared runs and he wins, or whoever wins, whatever. I'd love to have you run, Jared. But I guess what I'm saying is, I'd love it if we win, but organizing and using the power of an election in order to build power and gravity around ideas that are in communities and on the left, that stop the Democrats from rushing to the right as much as they can. Is a perfect opportunity. And I hope folks from other political parties will join us. We may not be the one that is the third party that emerges 10 years from now, but we're the one with the ballot lines right now. And we're the one who fought hard to get ballot access in 2024 so that we can run candidates up and down the state, up and down the ballot and across the state in 2026.
So Andy, what I'm feeling it. So what, when you say you would like to see me run for what? What is I'm open to the, like, what would the plan be?
I would love to see you run for county council in Howard County, use public financing in order to pay for it, and spend the next 2 years talking about a message about what you think needs to happen in Howard County that isn't happening right now, while Democrats and Republicans compete for control of those votes. Figure out how to build movements based on a campaign using public financing so that we can get more people organized coming out of the election than we had coming into it. And it's like, I'd love it if you ran, I'd love it if you won. But if you approach it with you and anybody else approach it with an idea that this is a campaign that we can use and run to build organizing goals with, and we can use public financing, which is available in a place like Howard County, in order to get you $100,000 to talk about why we need to divest from fossil fuels in the war economy and why we need to build systems of justice on the ground in the county. I'd love to see where it could go, and I'd love to see what could come out of it if we approach it as an organizing opportunity instead of as a vanity campaign or expanding choices or whatever that is. I think for me, the key thing about third parties is, for too long, they have focused on providing choices to voters instead of changing outcomes in line with our values. And I think we need to start seeing how we can use those ballot lines to change outcomes in line with our shared values, instead of simply doing the sort of neoliberal thing of saying, isn't it great that you have more choices in this election?
So obviously I'm not the final decision maker for this household, but I'm gonna bring that clip to the next dinner meeting.
I was about to say, you need to clip this and bring it to the family meet.
But seriously, Andy, let's build offline. Let's talk again soon. Even this weekend if you have time. But I'm very interested in this because I'm interested.
Next Saturday, Hiroi Hadgu and I are hosting an event at the Columbia Library that is a town hall for the campaign. We're encouraging you and anybody else in Howard County to come out and talk about what your ideas are, how you see this working, how you could see yourself plugging into it. I'll send you that information and you can check it out.
No, it's already on my calendar. I'm just looking now. It's already on the calendar. It's 2:00 next week, right?
Yep. And we're going to do these town halls in every one of the counties in Maryland this year. We're going to try to get to this year in 2025. We're going to try to get to all the campuses and all the community college campuses so that when we go into 2026, we have a group of people who already believe in this and who are working on the ground across the state in order to support this. Because I think if anything came out of the 2024, if anything came out of the presidential election, it is that the Democrats are entirely insufficient to meet the challenge of our time. They looked at a genocide and said, put the foot on the gas and keep it going. They looked at the climate crisis and said, we need to do more fracking. They looked at injustice across the country and said, we need more injustice. And they did it to chase right-wing Republican male votes that they were never going to get. But they're still committed to that strategy. And if there's a time to build an alternative to that strategy, it is right now, and it is great to do it in a place like Maryland, especially when our governor is going to try to run for president in the next term, and we know the plan he's going to use. My guess is it's going to be Governor Moore against Governor Hogan, and Governor Moore is going to go to the right on crime, go to the right on environment, go to the right on education, go to the right on immigration, and go to the right on taxes. Last year there was a bill in the General Assembly which would have increased the top tax rate, closed corporate tax loopholes, things like that. And 40 Democrats and 40 unions supported it. But he and the Senate Majority Leader decided instead to side with Hogan and the Republicans and not increase taxes at all. But what they did do was increase fees on transit, increase fees on community colleges, increase fees across the board. That hits the working class. We're saying that there needs to be people in Annapolis I don't care if they have the aspiration to lead the nation if they don't have the courage to lead Maryland.
I mix what I like, what I like, what I like, what I like, what I like.